I'm going to tell you exactly what foods to eat if you're doing a ketogenic diet for serious mental illness. So you guys, keto can be an unbelievable tool if you have depression, bipolar, schizophrenia, anxiety, anything like that. Ketogenic diet is an incredible tool. So in this video, I'm going to break down all of the things you can eat on a ketogenic diet, as well as, all the things that I personally eat in my day-to-day life. And hopefully this should give you guys some ideas about different foods you can eat if you're just familiarizing yourself with ketogenic diet, you want to try it for your mental illness, or you just want to try it to feel better, you have anxiety, you have depression, whatever it is. This video is going to be super helpful. Okay, so let's get into the foods. So first one I have on my list, you guys, is protein. So meat, beef, lamb, pork, fatty chicken, steak, all of that is phenomenal. Burgers, you can do lettuce wrap burgers. All of that meat is going to be the staple of your ketogenic diet, unless you're doing a vegetarian keto, in which case it could be eggs, or vegan keto, it could be tofu, avocado, things like that. But yeah, absolutely, meats are going to be amazing. Eggs. So whole eggs are phenomenal. I eat a lot of omelets, a lot of scrambled eggs, hard-boiled eggs, all of that is great. Eggs are a super, super low carb food. So all of this is low carb. And then fish, you guys. So salmon, trout, super fatty fish, the fattiest fish you can find. That's all amazing. Fish are great. I eat fish a lot. I like to put fish in my Caesar salads at lunch. And then shellfish, so like shrimp, lobster, anything like that. Basically anything that used to be the flesh of an animal, right? So anything that used to be the muscle and the fatty tissue of an animal, that's great low carb, and that's gonna be like the staple of your ketogenic diet, the main bulk of the food you eat. And you can also experiment with organ meats if you're extra curious. So I personally have not done much organ meat stuff, so like heart, liver, etc., things like that. But if you guys want to experiment with organ meats, that could be super interesting. Okay, so second thing, you guys, are fats and oils. So cooking oils, avocado oil, olive oil, right? Coconut oil, MCT oil, all of that is great. So that, like, I put olive oil in my salad all the time, right? I douse the olive oil in there, and it's a great way to get extra calories, the monounsaturated fats, just extra calories on top of the protein I'm already eating if I need more protein in my diet. So I love that. I used to do a lot of MCT oil as well. I would just have spoonfuls. And then you guys can also do animal fats. So things like butter, lard, tallow, that's great. Like I said, I used to do, pork lard in a bowl, and I would heat it in the microwave, and then I would just drink down the pork lard. So all of that animal fat and the cooking oils are going to be a great way to add extra fat to your diet if you are eating protein, but you need more calories and you need somewhere to get that extra fat. Third thing, you guys, nuts. So macadamia nuts, super, super fatty. Almonds are great. Different kinds of nuts, pecans, walnuts, Brazil nuts, that's all phenomenal. Nuts are super fatty. They're also a great snack if you're on the go, like if you're at the airport or you're traveling, you need that quick snack, but you can't find any good ketogenic food options, then nuts are phenomenal, because they're the one food that I found that I can usually find at convenience stores, at grocery stores, no matter what. I can always find nuts to eat, and they're quick, they're easy, they're dry, they're easy to travel with. So if you're traveling, that's a great option, as well as just something to snack on to have around the house. If you guys need an easy snack, nuts could be a great option. Also nut butters. So nut butters are excellent, right? Just don't do, peanut butter is a little more carby, but almond butter, macadamia nut butter, those are both great options. Number 4, dairy. You guys, dairy is awesome. So I used to drink heavy cream in my coffee back when I drank a lot of coffee every day. I would just pour tons of heavy cream in there, like 2 ounces, 3 ounces of heavy cream. And that was a great way to get extra fat in my diet. So heavy cream is phenomenal. You guys can also do sour cream. So I love to do sour cream with my omelets, as well as cheeses. Hard cheeses are great. Parmesan is great, cheddar is great, all that is great, as well as those softer cheeses like goat cheese, cream cheese, Gouda, anything that's super fatty. So just find the fattiest cheeses you can. And cheese is a great thing to pick up at the supermarket, just have in the fridge in case you ever need a snack, get out some cheese, have a spoonful. That's a great way to get a lot of extra fat. So I love cheese, do it all the time. Number 5, vegetables. Yeah, so vegetables, I love to do vegetables. I typically don't have too much in my own diet, but the vegetables you guys can eat, just make sure you don't do high carb vegetables. So don't do potatoes, squash, sweet potato, anything like that. But you can do spinach, kale, the leafy greens, spinach, kale, arugula, lettuce, anything like that you can do. You can do the cruciferous vegetables like broccoli, cauliflower, cabbage, Brussels sprouts, etc. Low-carb veggies like zucchini, bell peppers, asparagus, green beans, those are all fine. And then avocados. So avocados are technically a fruit, but they are a great way to get extra calories, and they're super low net carbs. So I used to do a lot of avocado. I still do a lot of avocado with omelets, you can just cut them in half and eat them with a spoon. A great way to get extra calories. So next, you guys, beverages. So you can drink water, obviously, and then electrolytes. So electrolyte powder, electrolytes are super important on keto. I'd recommend everyone have some electrolyte powder or just some salt or something as you're transitioning and doing that keto diet. Electrolytes are going to be super, super helpful. You can also have tea, black coffee, diet soda. That's fine. Diet soda personally doesn't kick me out of ketosis, and I think for most people it shouldn't, but just experiment. Make sure it keeps your ketones high, even if you're drinking diet soda. Just make sure to stay away from sugary beverages, obviously. So beverages that have a lot of calories, stay away from those. And then some beverages like Spindrift, those sparkling waters, do have real fruit sweetener in them. So I found those can kick me out of ketosis too. So it's tricky, but just experiment with the beverages you can drink. But as long as it's a 0-calorie beverage, you should be fine. And then of course, seasonings, condiments, so seasonings, herbs, that's all fine. Salt, pepper, that stuff doesn't have calories, so that's all fine. And then condiments you guys can do, just make sure they're low carb condiments. So you can do mayonnaise, mustard, hot sauces, just make sure they're low carb. So just check all the foods you guys are eating, make sure they're low carb, and then as long as it's low carb, you should be fine. Okay guys, that's it. That's all the foods you can eat on ketogenic diet, the main food groups. So that is what's gonna make up your diet. And notice that there's a lot of great stuff that I pointed out in this list. So you can eat a lot of food on keto. You're not gonna have, there might be certain situations in your life where you have to experiment, go to the store, bring your own food. But for most restaurants, you're absolutely going to be able to find options. Omelets, steaks, lettuce wrap burgers. There's so many options. So keto really is not as restrictive as people think, even though for most Western citizens of Western countries, 50% of their calories come from carbohydrates. Carbohydrates are rampant in our culture, but you can absolutely eat incredibly well and eat delicious food on a ketogenic diet. I would love to do a video about cooking, about how my girlfriend likes to cook, what she cooks the keto food for. So maybe we could include something like that in the future. So let me know in the comments, you guys, what videos you want me to make in the future. What do you want to hear about? And how is ketogenic diet and metabolic therapies going for your mental illness? Please drop a comment, drop a like, subscribe so we can get this message out to everyone. Okay, that's all from me. See you guys soon.